hello, 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 hello. Here I am, totally stressed out because, of course, I've organised a live and the camera's on the wonk, and I've been racing around because I didn't realise just how much I had to do. So I think I've got everything ready on the website, ready to go, because I've got some nice little deals for you for the live. And everything else should be in order. So I'm not going to let you see me too much because I'm just looking horrendous because I got up about 7 a.m. and I've been non-stop. But it's lovely to see you and I hope you're well. The QR code that's on the screen is for the workshop. I just wanted to remind people I think there are only 3 places left. That's the workshop. Myself, Lou Sims and Joe. That is the QR code that's on the screen at the moment, but we can talk about that a little later on. And that's called Covering Up a Genuine Mistake. It's not a mistake, I just didn't expect that to be on the screen. Anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around because I want to get into the demos and have a chat with you. These lights are burning into my eyes. So let's do that. So if I go down to the camera, there's Millie barking, and we'll change it to the back camera and we'll just take that down there. I don't know what she's barking at. Oh, the neighbours come home. But that's all right because we did that in record time. Now, I'm going to have to stand on my tippy toes for this. Millie, it's okay. Oh, bless her. I can stand on my tippy toes, or actually, just while I'm looking at that, I can get a really useful box to stand in. Millie, sorry if I sniff, by the way. I've still got the remnants of this cold going on. And will I ever be ready and have a professional live for you? Probably never. But that's me. That's just the way it goes. Okay, hopefully. Oh, okay, I need to message Jane something in a bit. Right, anyway, hello everyone. Lovely to have you company. Let's talk about the brand which is called Quirky Quickies. Now, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that tuned into Hobby Maker at the weekend. It's just been phenomenal. And I've been so busy, and I just want to thank everybody and everyone that's bought off the website so far. I have restocked and restocked, so we're all good to go. And we've got everything available for you, the full collection, and we've got the singles as well. So again, thank you very, very much for all of your support. So let's take you through the Quirky Quickies, shall we? Drawings that I did about some a year ago, some 2 years ago. And I've created stamps out of them. It was a bit of a leap of faith because these are my designs out of my head. And if you want to, I can show you the original drawings in a bit, but I know I have done that previously on a live. Hello, Jenny. How are you? Jenny is part of the design team, done some amazing samples alongside Glynis. They are yet to arrive. Hopefully you can hear me. I've not checked on, by the way. Turn my mic on, I'm sure I have. Let's introduce you. If you can't hear me, let me know. Let me know. I've got your comments here, so I'll be able to see. Oh, hello, Teresa. Hope you're well. I can actually show you comments on the screen as they come up. There you go. So let's do that because we can then have a look at these singularly. So first of all, we have got the Stargazer. A beautiful little design of a hare underneath a tree. I'll show you samples of this as we go along. And it's a positive stamp, which means if I get this to show you, you can stamp the positive or the negative, and then you get that lovely surrounding. So if you stamp this in black, that would be whatever paper's underneath, or blue, that would be whatever paper's underneath. And you've got the 2 sentiments, and you've got the sun separate as well. So you can do some pattern building with that. But we've got some nice sentiments that go with that. Life slows down beneath the leafy shade, which it always does, doesn't it? And sheltered beneath the branches, even the smallest heart feels safe. Beautiful designs here by Glynis. Jenny, you have done some wonderful designs too. I've not loaded the pictures up, so I do apologise, but they are arriving soon in the post, so I'll share those with you. But you can make a real simple card. That's using the round sun. I like that. because it could be a moon, it could be a sun. This is nice, cut out with a little bit of doodle. You can see that is the design. Can you see that of the tree? Very, very clever. Again, thank you, Glynis, for these. Hello, Joe. Oh, Joe, you put an order in, you naughty lady. We need to talk. We need to talk about that. Joe Venison from Storage for Crafts. I tell you what, though, what a great place to store all these stamps. Joe, are you going to the Motorcycle Museum this Saturday? I'll be there. I've got a stall there. And there you go. There's a final little one. There you go. Life slows down beneath the leafy shade. Now, that is available individually. Let's just bring that up. There you go. There's Stargazer. I didn't have time to load the picture, but that's Stargazer. And literally, if you want to go for that on the website or part of the main collection. And by the way, I'll get all of these out today to you. So I'm very expedient with my postage. So that is the Stargazer. Let's talk quirky houses, shall we? Received them today. Thank you, says Alison. Did you? Oh, good. Alison, you need to get them out and start creating and share your designs on the Facebook group, Timestamp Creations. So that's Mystical Hair. Let's move on to quirky houses, shall we? There you go. There's the code for quirky houses. I really like this because I have something called pareidolia, which is I see faces in everything. So I drew these and I put faces in them. And what's nice about these, you can use them as like a little Christmas design. And you've got home is where the Wi-Fi connects automatically. Let's hope this Wi-Fi lasts. And home is where the art is, which is kind of a throwback, a bit change of words from a soft cell song, but also a known phrase. There you go. So that's the quirky houses. But you can see, look, little faces. Mouth, two eyes. What I like about this is that if you just throw some colour down and stamp over it, you can make yourself a nice little card. So just splodging the colour down or being creative with your colour, can put those hills in the background. You can stamp and continue the stamp across so it looks all like one scene if you want to, which is what I did there. And then I just did a little zigzag like zzz. I know that's not Wi-Fi. It is. Let me show you this one. This one I cut out. So I've layered those two up. So it looks like you've got a whole town going on. And then I just got some pentart little blobs and put them on. There you go. I mean, that could wrap around a candle or something. So that's just cutting them out and layering them up to make them look like there's more of them. So let's just show you the QR code again for your quirky houses. And again, they're available individually. They're also available in the collection. So that's that one there. Let's hide that one. Okay, so that's those two. Let's flip this around. Here's Jazz the Fox. As you know, I'm from Leicestershire, so the fox had to be included. And Jazz the Fox, well, that name came about because lovely Jazz that works at Clarity, who I work with to get these stamps ready, I just said to her, look, you know, it's got to be called Jazz the Fox. And if you've ever met Jazz, you'll know she is absolutely fantastic, always smiling. And I just thought we've got to name Jazz the Fox after her. So we've got the sentiments: believe in the magic of nature. Goes out with a fox, expect magic and mischief. And we get a lot of that in the garden with the fox, with Jazz the Fox, who's absolutely fabulous. Now, lots of different techniques that you can use. Glynis used this one to cut out words on the side. Use the stargazer tree in the background, but just taking away the hair so that the fox can connect with that. A little bit of white paint, or if you get a masking material, you could mask off the fox if you want to. Here's a lovely one, almost Japanese style, which we really like, which is lovely. Oh, Joe, you're not at the Motorcycle Museum. I asked Joe Venison from Storage for Crafts. Never mind, never mind. Probably see you soon, hopefully. Probably see you again soon. Let's just go full screen with that again. So you've got Jazz the Fox there, beautiful designs, and available singularly or available in the collection. So, oh, Quirky Houses, Jazz the Fox. Sorry, this camera keeps wobbling. I'm going to sort it out. Okay, let's move on to these beautiful trees with no leaves. But don't worry, you could actually stamp some leaves on there. But I think these are really nice, kind of magical in the nighttime. Really nice little technique that I'll show you with that one, because you can extend them. I'll do this in a demo. And then you could actually add the stargazer in there as well. So Into the Woods, Into the Woods is a individual, or you can buy it in the complete collection. Hope you have a great day and happy birthday. I wanted to leave those quite generic with that one. So Into the Woods, let me bring, oh, I've called the, oh, now I've done, do you know what? I'm not sure whether it's that one or that one, because I didn't do into, I've put Into the Night twice. Anyway, you'll be able to find them on the website, which is, and I'm going to change that ticker along the bottom, okay, because that needs to be changed. You can find them at timestampcreations.com. So let me just hide that one. So that is Into the Woods, Into the Woods. We then have, not to confuse you, Into the Night, Into the Night. I love this one. I sketched this first and I did a painting, and I've just changed it slightly for a stamp. This is one of my favourites. I do love this one. From Me to You, or A Tiny Light Can Illuminate the Large Unknown. I like this one. It's quite geometric. And again, if you just add that little glow around there. So I just did that in a set of 4, or a little bit of colour behind it. See how effective that is with the shadows, and then a little bit of the blue of the sky. Looks really, really effective. And remember, you can get these in a positive and a negative. So you could do a little bit doodling in there if you want to. So you can get them in the positive and the negative. And I really, really like that, because it just gives you a lot of scope to work with. And then that leads us to the mystical hare. I don't know what was going on in my head when I drew this, but here's the mystical hare. Now, do I have some? I do somewhere. I'm going to do, I'll show you this one, because I'm going to do this one in the live. So lots of different ways of using the mystical hare. May all your dreams come true, and every star is a little wish waiting to come true. Now, if I take this, if I just actually, let me just bring up the, there you go, mystical hare. If you want that singularly, they're all loaded. They're all back in stock. Never been around, very good. I've been running around like a mystical hare. So they're all back in stock individually. They're back in stock with the full collection. How long this lot will last, I'm not sure. But they're all there available for you. So remember, they're available in the positive and the negative. They look great on a little piece of coloured card in the background. The negative there, showing the colour of the card underneath. Not that one, because I ran out of ink on that one. There you go. There's Jazz the Fox. Let me see if I've got... There's Quirky Houses again, just with a little background. It really is. There you go. There's Into the Woods. Or into, is that Into the Night? Sorry, Into the Night. Forget the name of my own stamps. There you go. There's Mystical Hare. Again, just with a little dash of colour underneath. Works really well. Let me take this around and show you. Again, you've got that lovely, beautiful hair. And sheltered beneath the branches, even the smallest heart feels safe. There you go. And you can add that text in there. So some lovely samples there from the design team. Now, the complete, that is available today and always, because I've got it in stock. Do I have it as a QR code? Let me see. Let me see. I bet I didn't. I bet I didn't have a chance. That's Mystical Hare, Into the Night, Jazz the Fox, Quirky Houses, Stargazer. Probably. I wonder if I could add one live. I can. By Jove. Right. You're still there, hopefully. Let's do that. I'm going to go and I'm going to add this live because I can. Timestampcreations.com is the website to go to. I'm sure I've added it, but I think I've just put it under a different different QR code. Here we go. I did. I know I did. Let me copy that. Hang on. Close that down. There you go. I need to copy that. Why are you not letting me do that? Oh, here we go. Hold the line, callers. This is happening live on a Facebook Live with the camera bobbling away. Let's just go for that full collection. Oh, not all collection. Bear with. Full collection. You don't get this anyway, you know. You only get it on my lives. Full collection. I'll just do QQ. Because if I put quirky quickies in there, paste, add, full collection. There you go. Let me bring it up. Hang on. We're still on Stargazer. Come on. It's probably just loading. All right. Quirky Quickies. There you go. There's the full collection just there. Who'd have thunk it? Right. So that's the full collection available. Individuals available. My goodness, they've been flying out the door, but they're all restocked. They're all right there, ready to go. And I can get them sent out to you today if you want them. Oh, by the way, let me just show you this because that's another beautiful sample there by Glynis. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Right, should we crack on? Let's get on with the demo. I'm just going to let you look at those because I'm going to get off. I'm literally standing on a box. Ridiculous, isn't it? Standing on a box. Right, let's pop that there. Let's get some demonstrations going on. Do I have this stuff? I do. I do somewhere. Oh, do you know what? I've got them out. Here they are. Let's have a demo. And then I'm also going to tell you that I do have some great discounts on my Tiles Part 1 collection. Tiles Part 1 discounted. In Tiles Part 1, let me see, the full collection with stencils should be £78.70. I've put it down for the live. For the full collection, the full collection without stencils should be 57.45. It's now £45. That is for your Tiles Part 2 collection. Okay. If you want to go for any of the individuals, they're down to £9.99. Okay, from £11.49 for this live. So you can head to the website and see the tiles collection. The stencils are now £3.50. If you want to go and have a look at those, I will be doing a demonstration. And if you want to go for the full collection, it was £78.70, but it's now down to £59.99. Okay, so that's that collection that I will get to. But what I'm going to do now is take that off the screen because we're going to have. There you go. Right, so these are my stamps. You really didn't need to see those, did you? And let's go for this piece of paper here. This is what I want. I might actually come off the box while I do this demo. Right, let's do that. Let's put those to one side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Stargazer. And I'm going to use Mystical Hair. I'm going to combine these two. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll bring these up and show you. That's what I'm going to combine, that one and that one. So I'm going to combine those two. And whilst I do that, I'm going to pick out some lovely points, which I should have done before. You know, things to go. Do that. And then let's get some Mermaid Lagoon. And then I want to get some pink because that's nice. Stress oxide inks that I'm using here. Let's grab those. Let's see what I'm doing. Let's organise myself. I don't want those colours at all. That's for my next demo. I'm going to go for Lucky Glamour and a little bit of Twisted Citron. Let's go for those. Let's keep Mermaid Lagoon. Let's go for those three. Why not? Now, where are? Here they are. No, they're not. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Okay. Oh God, nearly slipped. It's fine. It's fine. So, this is how I keep everything now in my really useful boxes, which are amazing. Okay, so I'm going to just use these little blending brushes, and hopefully they're going to be the right colours for me to use. I can always check on a piece of white paper. Let's pop those there, and let's start with stamping out. Let's start with stamping out, and I'm going to get this little fella here. Okay, I'm going to pop him on my acrylic plate. Okay, pop those aside, pop those to one side. So what I want to do is build a pattern around the outside. But before I do that, I'm going to change it. I'm going to go for the mystical hair. Now, all I want is that hair. So I don't want the rest stamping out. If you've got masking tape, you can use masking tape at this point. But I'm just going, sorry, if you've got masking, you know, the masking sheets, you could cut out the masking sheets. But I'm just going to use this stuff for now, which is low tack tape. So I'm going to put it on there because I only want this. I only want that. Okay, let's bring that up so you can see that. Also, let's bring up Glynis. I did hear you say that you're at the Motorcycle Museum this weekend. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Jenny, the mystical hair can be stamped on her own and added to wood stamps. Mm, yes. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do here, actually. Stamp this one out on its own. But I'm going to do it quite a few times. So let's just get some ink on there using VersaFine Flare and getting it all over my hands. But that's fine. That's fine. Let's take this off. Let's take this off. What I probably need to get off this box. Okay. And what I want to do is go in the corners. So I'm going to go about there. Let's just squidge that down a little bit. I think my ink pad's quite juicy. About this. And then I might risk it for a biscuit and just go in and put the ink. No, I'm not going to risk it for a biscuit. Every time I risk it for a biscuit, it goes wrong. Just mask off that little bit. Okay, let's just go. Can you see that? Yeah. Let's go for the hair again. Don't want to. Let's see if that works. Let's go in this corner. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. I never turn my card. I should. I will in a minute. That side. Perfect. No, I'm not doing any make and takes at the Motorcycle Museum because I'm there on my own. Jane's not coming with me. So I'm going to be doing the show on my own. However, next door on the same stall is Beyond Stamping. Josh is going to be there. So Susie's going to be there and the kids, but Josh is going to be there doing his demos and with all of his fabulous stamps. So can't wait for that. We were together at Port Sunlight. We had a great time. So on the same stand at the Motorcycle Museum at the weekend. So that'll be really nice. That'll be really nice. Okay, let's put another little one of these guys here. So it just goes to show that you can use the hair on its own. Okay, so we've got the hair there in all the corners. So I'm going to put that to one side for a moment, and I'm going to go back to our stargazer, and it's in this one that I just want to take this pattern and build it up around the outside. So I'm randomly going to just ink up the trees like so. Okay, and this is where I want to start to add the pattern going around the page. I'm going to keep my ink pad open, and I'm just going to keep adding to that as we go along, nice and juicy. I re-inked these because I needed for it to be juicy. I know I probably should put a piece of paper underneath there, but I haven't. So everything is all right. So let's go around here. So I hope everyone's well. We're heading towards the weekend. It's been a busy week. It's been a busy week this week. I was up in Leeds yesterday. Really useful boxes with Mike Pickles, Micah, and Neil. I'm doing that. We always have a good time. We always have a good time. And Mike was with me during the filming this time, so it was a double header, which was really good. So I'm not worried about that there. I'm just going to keep going around the paper, just inking up most of the top of that and just creating a pattern as we're going round. So hopefully you can see this. Again, I'm stood on a box. It's always at times like this, I think to myself, right, I'm giving up drink. I'm not going to drink for the weekend. And then when I have a morning, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for a bottle of wine tonight. Okay, just keep going around. If there are any little spaces, you don't have to fill in every space, but because the tree has got lots of different areas that you can do that on, you can. I'm going to put that there just to go over that space because it was annoying me. But let's leave it like that. That's nice. That's nice. Now I do have it here, so I can literally wipe my stamp. Just spray a bit of water on it. Just give it a bit of a clean, and we'll put that back in its place. And I'm going to clean that up. I really, really should get some paper underneath there. But anyway, that's cleaned that up. So we've got this really nice pattern happening, and we've got the rabbit are going around the edge. So I want an image in the middle. Now. Let me stamp it out first. And I'm going to go for the whole of the image in this one. Okay. So I might have pressed down a little bit too much on the rabbits going around the outside, but hey ho. Oh, just to make sure that that moon's covered. One of my ink pads is more juicier than the other. Right, let's flip this around and put that in the middle. Do you know what? I don't want the rabbit, do I? I don't want the hair. I'm just going to wipe that off because I've got the hair already going around the outside. So just to make sure that that doesn't get stamped out, I'm going to do that and then put that about in the middle there. And I'm going to bring it into shot in a minute. I can see, so I don't move it. I'm just stamping it down. I don't want to move it. Sorry. Let's just get that down. I'll stamp that in the middle. Beautiful. Okay, so that's stamped in the middle. I like that. We'll leave that like that. Oh my days. Do you know, sometimes when it's just yourself and you wake up in the morning and you realise you've got to get onto your website, change everything, get all the discounts ready for you guys. Also get ready for a live, set it up here, make sure Millie's fed. She's got a dinner. So I made her some dinner. The house looks like, well, just let's hope I can get tidied up before Jane comes home. So we need to add some colour. So let's take away the blacks. We don't want to use that. Let's move those out the way because I know that I'll just get black everywhere. Let's bring that back in shot, shall we? Okay. Let's just have a look, see if love this stamp for pattern building, says Glynis. Yeah, do you know what? It really is fabulous, isn't it? I wonder if I can show your comments on the screen. They'll just appear in a mo. Great minds think alike. Let's have a look. It's easy to be fussy, cut the hair out too. Yeah, it is. This stamp is good for pattern building and rabbit holes, going down the rabbit hole. Okay, I think that ink's dried now. Sometimes you have to be careful, don't you? If we're, I'll just do that, make sure that ink is dry. Perfect. Because I want to get a mask. Now, I don't know if I've loaded these back on the website. The masks and moons will be available. I'll get onto that. I don't know if I've got any until the weekend's out. Right. Let's let me get the one I want. I've got a whole variety of masks and I don't keep them very organised. Right, that's the one I want. That's the one I want just there. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to cover this. I'm going to cover that. Okay, let's just cover that area there and all will be revealed as to why I'm doing that. Now, let's go back to the colours and let's get that nice, beautiful Twisted Citron. And I believe this is, it looks like I've used Twisted Citron for this before. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to come in around the edges and just add a bit of colour. Can we see that? Might need to, there you go. I don't know whether I can zoom in on here. No. Anyway, you've come a little closer. Let me take the comments off and then, can I zoom in? No. Sure, I could zoom in. Anyway, let's just do that. I've moved the camera down and let's just keep getting the Twisted Citron and bringing it in off the place where I'm working. So it just kind of delivers it to the card, but not too much. It's a beautiful colour. I really like this. And we'll just keep the card, lift it up a little bit so you can see this. Like that. I really ought to turn the card. It's probably a better way of doing that. So bring that in. And then the foliage around the side's got that lovely green hue on it. You can bring it in a little bit if you want to. Don't go too much towards the centre. And I'm saying that to remind myself because I don't want to do that. Let's just do that. And bring that in. Bring that round. And bring that round again. So it just gives a nice edge into it. I like that. I like that. Just put a bit more. Put a bit more just off the brush. Just off the brush. That's nice. That'll do. That'll do. Right. Okay. Let's just move this out the way and just spritz that a little bit and give that a wipe. Get rid of that. I know I can reuse that, everyone, but I'm just not for now. Right. Why have I put that on there? I'll tell you. Because I'm going to Mermaid Lagoon. Let's pop that to one side. Make sure I've got the right. Yes. And let's just take some of that. It's quite a bright colour, this, but all I want to do is take it from here onto the card. So from the actual mask itself to give it that kind of halo effect. If you can get halos in blue. But see, we're just taking it. There you go. It's starting to really get nice. Just taking that around the outside. Here you can see that line building. Probably don't do much. We could spritz this with water and give it a nice effect. We could fill in all of this if we want to and colour in the hair. So there's different ways that you can start to take this forward. But I kind of like the colours that we're doing here. So let's just keep doing that. Put the lid back on there. And then we need to take that off. So I've got a pokey tool here with all glue all over it. Let's just get that off. See, this is where you've got that lovely crisp one around there. Now let me put that mask back. Try and be a little bit organised. And I like that. It needs a sentiment, doesn't it? Now you can put the sentiment on there, or you can stamp the sentiment, of course, separately on a piece of white card, which I do have. And I shall do to see what it looks like. Let's put in and let's go for the sentiment. Let's grab. Okay. What do you guys like doing? Do you like stamping straight onto the piece of artwork? Do you like putting it onto a black piece of card? There's lots of things that you can do. Let's just, oh, what have I done there? No, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. And I want to show you comments on the screen. There you go. So yes, oh, no. Oh, okay, you gone. Don't worry about it. Trying to do 8 things at once here. Okay, let's put that down here. And let's practice that. There you go. That's nice. Do I have a pair of scissors? Of course I don't. Do I have a thing that's in? Of course I do. Right, let's chop this out, shall we? Hang fire. I could be quite vicious with a with a guillotine. I don't know why. I go in really like hard. There you go. There you go. Pop that out. That might be a little bit too big. I don't know. I've not thought about this. Yeah, that's too big, isn't it? Excuse me. However, all is not lost. I'll just make it smaller. And I should do this with a pair of scissors, should I not? But I don't nominate. Let's put that there. Let's see if I can make that a bit smaller there without chopping my fingers off. These sentiments are really nice embossed as well. That's on the wonk. Yeah. Let's just cut that off there. There you go. Okay, let's see what that looks like. That's a little bit better. Probably a little bit too big, but hey ho. Right, something else I want to do to this. Hang about. Okay. Right, around the circle here, we need some interest. I usually stamp on a separate piece so I don't mess up the main card, although sometimes I stamp the sentiment and build around it. Yeah, it's a good idea, that, isn't it? It's a good idea, says Michaela. Yeah, absolutely. I want to do something around here to make it a little bit more interesting. So I'm just going to come off my box for a moment and I'm going to go around the edge. Now, I don't know why. I don't know about you guys. Oh, it's the wrong one. I'm going to use my micro pen. It's 5. Yeah, that was an 8. I used to be obsessed with drawing like vines, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I think it's because we used to do like Once Upon a Time, and instead of writing a story, I was more concerned with decorating the letter, so I'd get away with it because my spelling's terrible. So when we was in an English lesson, it'd be like, right, whose story is finished? And I'm like, oh, sorry, miss, sorry, sir. I'm still just decorating the first letter. So, what are you doing that for, Janice? Well, it's like Once Upon a Time, and I want it to look like the oldie worldy books, how they used to look in oldie worldy times. Well, don't spend so much time on that. Spend more time writing the essay. I'm like, no, thanks. That was terrible. I used to do my homework on the bus going to school. I remember we had a whole project once, a whole project to do in the summer holidays. And I just didn't do it. And then someone said, have you done your project? You're going to be in big trouble if you haven't. So I did it. It was an English lesson, supposed to be an English essay. And I did it on the way to school on the bus. And do you know what? I got an A+. Do you know why? Because the teacher said it was a prose and that we'd not even looked at proses yet. I mean, I didn't know what a prose was. What's a prose? I just put a couple of paragraphs down. But she said, oh, yeah, that's a prose. Oh, well done, Janice. We were going to get into that in this, not semester, that's American, isn't it? Like this term. A+. Oh, that one. There you go. Pop that there. So the vine's just bringing that circle, and I like that. I like that. And then you can think about putting it on a background. Let me tell you what, let me just get some glue and put that sentiment in place. I know it's covering up a bit of the vines, but hey ho. And as ever, I always use too much glue. Let's just pop that there, just so it stays in place when we're looking at the background paper. So this is using the Stargazer and Mystical Hair. And I've got different coloured cardstock here. So let's see together, which one that's going to look good on. Okay. So let's see which one. Green could work. Hang on. Let me just stand on my box again. How long was your bus journey? Oh, 20 minutes, Glynis. 20 minutes. It's a 3-mile bus journey. Journey. Sound right? Sound right, Leicester? Journey. Let's just pop your comments on here. Sometimes I stamp directly. If I mess up the stamp on a piece of card, I can add it. Yeah, you can do. That's really good. Who's put that? Oh, that's Glynis. Yeah. So your comments just on the side of the screen. So with your comments on the side of the hang on, let's bring them back. Side of the screen. What colour do you think? Green? I think it looks good on black. Definitely not the pink. Blue. I mean, if I had like time, you could layer it up. You could do like on the blue, or I think green works better than the blue. So you could have green and then black. Let's just pop that in there. Green and then black. Sort of build it up like that. I like the black. I think that works. And do you know what? You can do a very similar design with Jazz the Fox. So if you wanted to do Jazz the Fox with that, build it up with the foliage going around the outside. I brought it in a little bit more because I was just using Jazz the Fox there, and I didn't put Jazz the Fox in the corner like I did for the hair. And that's it. If you were to put the sentiment directly on. So I think that's a nice little way of using those two stamps together and building up, excuse me, building up that design. I think so. I like that. Okay, I think we've got time for well, of course we've got time. It's my life. I can be as long as I like. You can fast forward this if you're watching it later. Gives you a chance to do that, doesn't it? Okay, let's take your comments off and let's just bring back up on the screen the information you might need if you are going for the tiles collection part 2. That is the complete collection with stencils. So you're saving nearly £20 on that if you want to go for that. The stencils are available individually if you want to go for those. This is for the tile collection. £45, good saving on that if you're going for the tile collection without the stencils. They are available individually for £9.99, but I want to get to the Quirky Quickies. So if you're going for the Quirky Quickies, the full collection, that's available on the web. They're also currently available individually. I say currently because they're just flying out. And your orders that are coming in now, I'll pack them directly after this show and get them off in the post to you. I'm good like that. Good. I know what it's like when you're waiting for things. And all the Hobby Maker stamps, they're packed, ready to go. So that's all good. So that's doing well. Right, let's move that out of the way. I don't know where that stamp has gone, but I will find it later. Hello, look at the dirty hands. Okay, let's do another demo. And for this one, I need to tidy up a little bit. I do need that stamp. How about, hold the line caller. I'm going to go for Into the Woods. Into the Woods. Where are you? Where are you? Into the Woods. Into the Woods. Into the Woods. Into the Woods. Where are the cards? Where are the cards? Okay, I'm going to go for Into the Woods, but I'll show you that in a moment. Let me just show you something else. Right, those are some masks that I might use, but what I'm trying to find is the small round stamp, which is not here, and it'll probably fall on the floor. Let me have a look. No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm going to use a mask instead. Right, let's move that out of the way and get a little bit organised. I did bring a piece of card. Here it is. Okay, blank piece of card. Everything starts with a blank piece of card. So let me just wipe my hands to get this black ink off. It's always a problem with me. Is it a problem with you guys? I'm always getting ink everywhere. Okay, right. What are we going to do here? We're going to turn this around so it's a nice white piece. And what I might do, actually, is put some tape around the outside. Give it a nice little edge. So if I tape it in place, bring it up a little bit. There you go. Brought the camera down a little bit closer. So let's try and get it straight. As I go on, everybody, these lives will get better. They will be more organised. I will have more time. They won't be so chaotic. And we'll all have a lovely time. And you can watch this back at any time. I did it today, 12. Jane's at work, so it just gives me the whole house to just throw into disarray as we be creative. Okay, so you can see that, which is good. I'm going to get a moon. I'm going to put that about there. And I'm going to choose some different inks to the ones that I have. And I want some blues for this. So let's go for weathered wood. And let's go for stormy sky. Although I've got some speckle there. I haven't seen a doctor yet. Okay, weathered wood. And I tell you what, those two. Let's go for those two, okay? And let's grab a new brush. Hopefully these two will be okay. Right, I'm going to build up just a little bit of sky going along the top, and I'm going to use some weathered wood. And again, I'm just going to bring this in. It's a very light colour, but she says dollar pin it on, which I shouldn't have done. Can you see that's a little bit of green going under there? I'll keep it. I'll keep it. Do you know what? I'll keep it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's just put the weathered wood on there. And I'm just going on this randomly. I want it to be random. I do. I want it to be a little bit woo, a little bit way, a little bit messy. I don't care. But I am putting it around the edge. And I know I'm rushing. I shouldn't rush. Calm down, Janice. Calm down. It's your life. Do what you want. Okay. Let's just put a bit more around the moon there. Okay. It'll all make sense in a minute. Okay. Just for now, I'm going to get some milled lavender. Okay. Let's get another brush. Hopefully this will work. Milled lavender. Let's bring this in. So now, apart from that bit that was a bit green, but that's okay. I'm trying to build up a sort of like a moody sky just before it starts to snow. Just before it starts to snow. And I can go over with the milled lavender and fill in the spaces with the grey. I know there's a bit of green there. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. If we all worried about that, there you go. Just go over that and that will just fine. So we just go over there. Bit more around the edge. And then let's just put some down there. And a little bit down there. So you can see it's a quite moody, apart from that blob there, but don't let that bother you. Don't let that bother you. Just building up. You'll do this a lot more careful at home. However, that's that. That's that. Let's get this one here. Okay. Let's go for Into the Woods. Let's go for Into the Woods. I'm going to use this a few times. So we're going for Into the Woods. Let's take off that. Beg your pardon. I'm looking at your comments, doing this as well. So apologies if I'm missing anything. Apologies if I'm missing anything. Very entertaining. You make us chuckle. That's what it's all about. It is all about having fun, isn't it? And hopefully it's nice and light, and all my lights will last as well. Okay, right. Let's go and stamp on this again. How do you know when you've got enough ink on your stamp? I don't know. Okay. I'm going to do. So I need it about 3 times. So if I start, I'm going to start in the middle. It's always best to start in the middle, isn't it? Okay, can't see. Okay. Committed. I should be committed. Oh, do you know what I've done? Do you know what I've done? Do you know what I've done? I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. There is my mistake. If I was using a platform, this would be okay, but I'm not. So we're going to have to do it again. Okay, right. Excuse me. I'm going to have to try and get my head in here to get this perfect. Hang about. Hang on. This is why when you're using the stamping platform, it helps. Oh, look at that. Put that in slow motion rewind. I did that. I think we need a little bit of a rewind on that one. Amazing. Right. Let's put that about there. Okay. Oh, Jenny did a great design. Again, I'll post the pictures. I've got them, but I just can't bring them up at the moment. And she put the woods sort of staggered going into the background. That looked amazing, Jenny. I'm waiting for all the samples to come through. I'm so excited. I've got glimpses. And Jenny's coming through. Because as ever, this was all a bit of a rush again on my behalf because I'm just so badly organised. The team at Clarity, bless them, they put up a lot with me. But it's a challenge for me as well because I can't always make my mind up about things. I'm terrible, so it's teaching me to get better at that. Okay, that's good. We've got that nice. You see what I mean by the greys and the sort of like the lavender in there. That nice, just about to snow sky. But we need a little character. We need a little character, and that's where we're going to go back to the Stargazer. Now, I'm just going to do it in black, but I only want the bunny. So, if you ever see a bunny rubbing on his tummy, never think it's funny, because it's just a bunny rubbing on his tummy. Right. So, I'll mask off. There. I only want this bit at the bottom. So put some. I don't even want that. Well, the tree stump will stay because we can always cover that up by putting that there. Okay. I don't know why I'm whispering. It means I'm nervous. Oh, okay. I'm not going back into that. I didn't press hard enough, but I'm not going back into it. Do you know why? Because I've got a micro pen and I'll just go over that. And no one will ever know. No one will ever know. And I could just put a little bit more there, just to take. I'm not going to do it all along because I want that to be the focal point. If I put the grass all the way along, would it detract from the focal point in the middle? I don't know. I will never know. So let's choose a sentiment. I'm going to put the sentiment directly on there. Now, because this is a snowy scene, what you could do is you could bring the shadows in, but I think it would be too much. You could put, I'm going to hold the line caller. Lost shadow. Love this. Perfect for all kinds of different things. Let's just go for this. Hopefully this doesn't have a colour on it. Right, lost shadow very lightly. I'm just going around the edge here because remember we've got the edging tape and I want you to be able to see that it's got that white surround. This could be a lighter blue actually. It doesn't have to be lost shadow. You could put a very, very light blue because snow sometimes goes a light blue in the sunlight, but in the moon. But I'm just going to put that on there. See if that's, yeah, nice. Bit more. There you go. Bingo. Right, let's go for the sentiment. Let's pop that on the acrylic block. Well, it's not a block. You know when you get comfortable with using something. I had a stamp platform, just not can't get on with it. So this is my go-to. It might not be the best thing to use, but for me, I like it. She said probably won't put enough. Perfect. I've squidged that a little bit too much, but don't worry about it. It's the overall effect. It's the overall effect. So let's take that off. Let's take that off. Let's take that off. And let's take that off. So we have used with that bring these up. Okay. I have used Into the Woods, which I've put down twice as Into the Night. You'll find it on the website, and I've also used Stargazer. Let me grab that and put that on there because I mean I'll stamp that a little bit better. Let's just hide that. I really like that. You could turn it into a Halloween. You could turn it into daytime. That could be the sun, but it's just nice to extend those trees going down. And when you look at it, it doesn't really look like 3, 3, and 3. Sorry, 4, 4, and 4 of the same image because you've mixed them up. And if you wanted to, let's try this. Let's just grab a piece of paper. If you want, let's see if this works. Oh, I'm in such a mess. Let's see if this works. What time are we on? Okay, we're coming up to an hour. I'm only going to do an hour with you. And then what I'll do is I'll do another live with the tiles. Let's try this. Put that down. Remember, you've got this in a positive and a negative. Okay. Lovely crisp image, this. Let's go again. This is what Jenny did on one of her cards, which was amazing. So Jenny, thank you. I'm copying you. See, you can start to bring this down a little bit closer. And then you're creating the woods. You could do that lighter, this darker, just to create that different effect of trees in the background, for example. Yeah, and then you could. Yeah, I'd do them different colours. Let's just pop that there. Just while we're having a play. So lots of trees there, lots and lots of trees. This would be smallest, again, making this up as I go along, but influenced by our Jenny Bun. Oh, okay. Let's pop him, joining those two. Ah, that was quite nice. Again, didn't press quite. That's okay. Right, I'm going to carry on with this. Hang on. Hold the line, caller. Bigger moon. It's great, isn't it? You know, when you start something, you think, oh, let's carry on. Doesn't have to be an hour. We're not on TV. It's fine. Oh, everything. Oh, is that light gone off? Hang on. Hold the line, caller. Why has that gone off? Oh, have you got too hot? Uh-oh. Right, it's gone a bit darker. Sorry. Oh, what am I doing? It's gone a bit darker, everybody. So, hang on. I've just got a bit hot. Is that light gone on? Yeah. Okay. That's just got too hot, but don't worry. You can see that's a good enough light. Let's do that. Just while you're here, let's do this. Let's do it. I like it. Okay. That sounded a bit creepy. Let's do it. Started watching Stranger Things again. I keep watching things and then just going, oh, I can't be bothered with this now, because you kind of just guess the ending of everything. Or it's the same scene every time. So we've gone back to Stranger Things. We're rewatching that. Took a break from that. But I tell you what I did watch the other day, Squid Games challenge was amazing. Okay. Let's go for. That's not an input, by the way. Now, which one did I use? Let's just, yeah, okay. Just bring that colour in, a little bit of blue. I think I like, no, okay, let's just do that on that one. I could have gone different colours and that could have been the sun. I could have gone different colours and that was the sun. Right, I'm changing my mind because I can do. Let's just see if this works. Hold the line for her. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Whoopsies. Okay. Just going for a bit of, what's this one? Cracked pistachio. Let's just go for a bit of green, shall we? Let's just mix it up a little bit. Okay, now you're just being silly, Janice, because you just too quick. I'm terrible. This is the way I do things. I just like, get straight, quick, hurry up. I'm going to go for Lost Shadow just in the background, just so, and a little bit of cracked pistachio, just a little bit, just to, I want to mix the two together. I don't know whether I can. Let's just do that. So I just want to get a bit of colour. That's it. Just a bit of colour. Just what's left on the brush. Just in the background. Just a little bit. It's just try and blend that in. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. So that's just giving it a little bit of green. Please take more time at home. Please don't do what I do. Please don't do what I do. Let's go for a bit of Stormy Sky. Change it up a little bit. Change it up a little bit. Is this blue? Yeah. Okay. Just come in from the sides. If there are any true inkers watching, true blenders, you'll be like, come on, Janice, slow down a little bit. Slow down. I get excited, you see, and then I can't slow down. But just going around the edge because I've got that masking tape. It will all look all right because there's always something you can do. There's always something you can do. Now I want to go around that. I want this to be a bit patchy because I always think skies are really nice if they're patchy because it gives that illusion of clouds. So I'll do a little bit there and I'll come in from the edge here and just go down there, bring that in. See what I mean? It gives that illusion that there's clouds in the sky. And you know, not all clouds are absolutely white. So we could add a little colour to this if we want to. See, it's working. It always works. Let's put a bit more down there to distinguish that that's the sky. Let's do that. And I don't want to over egg it, but I'm going to use the same brush and just go for that milled lavender and just go in between. Just so it's got like a pinky hue. Just so it's almost like you've got the blue and then the clouds are like pink. And it just gives a little bit of interest and a different colour in there. I think so. I'm just making this up as I go along, everyone. Don't worry about it. Let's do that in there. And I want to go back. Just want to be a little bit precious about the bunny. Okay, let's see what that's done, shall we? Let's see what that's done. Do we still have people in? Good, 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 good. See what your comments. Gotta go, catch up later. Enjoy the Motorcycle Museum. Will do, Glynis, will do. You could print some of your great photos as a colour inspiration for your scenes. Yeah, yeah, could do, could do. It could be a good idea. It's all in the making. Right, let's just bring that up here. See that crisp, see that crisp line. Ooh. Let's do that. And I'm going to do something else. I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to do something else on here. I just want to get the outside of the masks and just put that there. Hang on. Put that there. Okay. I'm going to go back to the Lost Shadow. It's crisp and white. Oh, put green there now. You fool. Just do that. Don't worry. I'm going to do something else. You're probably going, stop rushing, slow down. Just put a bit of brown in there. Okay. Just want to do that. Didn't really want that in the background, but there you go. Just do that. Just to build up some craters in the middle. Let's take that off. There you go. That looks more like a moon. I know there's a bit of green in there, but it doesn't matter. You'll do it differently. And let's take all that off. So we can then create that wooded landscape if we want to. Again, if you've got that around some kind of print that around, you could keep your brushes in there or something, which would look good. So you'd do that and then just keep your brushes in there. That had a bottom on it, or maybe just keep it open but put it on the table like that, and it becomes an area to keep everything. Well. Okay, so it started really nice and neatly, and now it's just gone into chaos. But that's what happens. That's what happens. So your quirky quickies, everyone, are available online right now. And you can head over to the website, timestampcreations.com. You'll see that at the bottom of the screen. You can go for the mystical hair, that is available individually. Stargazer is available individually. Quirky houses is available individually. Jazz the Fox is available individually. Into the Night is available individually. And I know this says Into the Night again, but Into the Woods is available individually. And as a whole complete collection, they're there, restocked and ready to go. So a massive thank you to everyone that's bought from me already. I'll be packing those this afternoon. I've also got a sale on Tiles Part 1, the collection. So head over to the website, you'll see that the Tiles Part 1 stamps are down to £9.99. If you want to go for these stencils, they are £3.50. I'll do another live on these for you. If you want to go for the complete collection with stencils, there's your saving on the screen. And if you want to go for the collection without the stencils, that is available just £45 at the moment. They're wonderful stamps to go for. You can do so much with them. A couple of samples here to show you, just so you are aware of what the stamps do for you before I go. For example, here's a wonderful bag by Jenny. Look at that. Isn't that great? Now, these are setting tiles, so you can put them on repeat. You've got wonderful patterns as well. This is Tiles Part 1. You can even build and make patterns out of the tree stamps that are there available for you. You've got the pears, you've got the leaves. I love this set. You've also got the stencils as well, so you could do a really nice normal background, have it a bit grungy, stamp on top of that as well, because it does work beautifully with the stamps. I've made sure that they all connect accordingly. Just to give you an idea of that, and little things that you can make and create out of the trees, the pears. I mean, isn't that wonderful? This reflects like the 1970s, that wood turning elements that you had where you always saw the wood in things. And these are amazing samples. So if you do want to head to the website and have a look at Tiles collection, Tiles Part 1, you can get colourful with those. It's absolutely fabulous, and I've put that on a great sale for you. But I'm going to end this live now and say thank you very much for watching. We've been here for over an hour. I hope I've not been too chaotic. You can watch this again. You might be watching this live. You might be watching it again, which means you can fast forward it. So thank you very much, everybody. And again, thank you for all your support. I really, really appreciate it. Now I've got this chaos to tidy up, and I think I'll have some lunch first. So see you later, everyone. Take care. And if you're going to the Motorcycle Museum on Saturday, I'll see you.